We are headed to Crisfield to hop on a ferry to go to Tangier Island, which is an island in the middle of the bay, home to about 300 to 320 people. It's about 7 miles south of Smith Island, where we went in June. We're just gonna go meet up with this guy, Cameron Evans. He's a young guy. He does a lot for the island. He's a native, good buddies with Jay. You guys remember Jay from the Smith Island video. We got Riley back there too. We're gonna go explore this island, stay the night. Some good food to eat. We got some elk and deer and some other things that these guys on the island don't get to eat a whole lot. We're gonna sleep in a crab shanty and we're just gonna check it out. Oh, tomorrow is also the first day of Virginia's oyster seasons. Most of the people on the island depend on tourism or they're watermen, you know, for work.
On sidebar, there are still some people crabbing, or you might see some crab potters.
Interesting. Yeah, that's crazy that there's like, I guess there's a little bit of overlap. I forgot.
A lot of the younger watermen are crab potting, and some of the older guys are going to switch to oystering, but it's not going to be the full fleet of boats out tomorrow.
Well, we are
cruises.
We're in Crisfield, and here's Eddie Heath Crab Pots. If you don't know this place, you ain't no crabber, that's for sure. Spent lots of money there. Not much going on in Crisfield anymore, unfortunately.
I beg to differ. This place is happening. You got Gordon's, the French restaurant. You got
Eddie Heath. Christmas tree made out of crab pots. That's pretty cool. You peeling things?
I do that.
That's awesome. Here's the ferry dock. We got all our stuff loaded up. Captain of this boat, his name's Alan Parks. Good dude. I've seen him on Facebook and he has a beautiful boat. Wood in Deltaville, dead rise, all wood. He keeps it up really nicely. This is Alan. He owns the boat. He's ferrying us over. I appreciate it, man. Nice to meet you finally.
Come on aboard.
How often do you make the trip back and forth?
It all depends on a 6-pack charter.
Uh-huh.
So 3-4 trips a day sometimes. But
Right.
most time it's 1 and 2.
Yeah. How far of a run is it from here in Crisfield to Tangier?
It's about a 45-minute run and it's about 12 miles.
Been here talking to Alan. He knows everything. He used to work around the Desperado and everything. Really good dude. It's the Tangier Welcoming Committee. Want a hat?
Oh yeah, man.
There you go.
Thank you, man.
No problem.
You got great character, man.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
I tell the way you go about your business. I watch CJ too.
Oh yeah, I'll have to tell him. He'll be tickled pink to know he's got some fans in Tangier.
I watch you some mornings for me to get motivated.
right.
Yeah, that's what I have to do
you look on there and you see what we're doing. Like, well, it ain't that bad. So is this like all the fuel for the whole island here stored here?
Yeah, so we're about to redo this whole facility.
Right.
We got a grant, $2.3 million, taking out all the old tanks, putting in 3 new tanks, all new piping, new bulkhead systems. This was being threatened to be shut down
Really?
by the EPA and all.
Really? Well, what
Really undercoded, so we had to buy the property. This is all about to start within a matter of a couple weeks.
Really? So do people use this as heat and oil for their houses and to run in the cars and golf carts and everything?
Yeah, we got 20,000 kerosene, gas, and then a diesel.
To
Cool.
20,000 of each type of fuel. When
But
What is it?
gas is $5
A gallon here?
but it's ethanol free.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
But
That's
our,
good for the boats.
But our diesel's like $3.48 or 50.
Really?
So it's cheaper here than on the highway.
Yeah. So is there mostly, I mean, obviously I see a couple cars here, like little pickup trucks,
Yeah,
but
it's
is
my
it
truck right there.
is it mostly like golf carts and stuff like
Golf
Smith
cart,
Island?
Golf carts, Kawasaki mules.
Oh
trucks.
yeah. Oh, I got one of them.
Yeah, when I told all my friends in college, that's what they asked. I said mules. They're like, they got a bunch of donkeys?
Yeah, right.
I'm like, no, this ain't Pennsylvania.
Yeah, right. You got the Kawasaki's. Oh yeah, I'm familiar. We're real familiar with the old Kawasaki mule.
This is the grocery store, but it's not open on Sundays.
Just one grocery store?
Yep.
Really?
One
For the whole
grocery
island?
store. There's a restaurant, but this is the only year-round restaurant.
Hello. Hello. Hey. Look at all these people in here. Thank you guys.
That's a fried soft crab. If your sandwich don't have legs, ain't no crab. They clean the soft crab here. Yeah. They don't put the whole everything with.
They take the top shell off.
That's different than they do.
Oh,
with
just on the
Maryland.
top shell one?
Yeah, so that's a clean crab there. No mustard, no nothing
And on
inside.
Smith Island, they'll do just like bodies on there.
No legs?
Oh man, no legs.
That's good. Crab claw. The Chevy S10 is popular here on the island, huh?
Yeah, I just got it.
I like it.
8-foot bed.
Sweet.
You found it.
I could put half the island on this.
on Facebook Marketplace and brought it out here.
Now I got it for free.
Oh wow.
Can't beat that. Not bad for a free truck, man. I like it. I've had free trucks that were way worse and way less free than this.
Here's our post office.
Is there just one post office on the island, I guess?
Yep, a little bit bigger than Smith Island. Here's the Methodist church.
How many churches are on the island?
2. That's the oldest church. The oldest building on the island.
Really?
Here's our medical center.
Right next to the graveyard, huh? I guess it saves you the drive. It doesn't go well, right?
There's our coffee shop.
Oh, nice. So is that like a meeting spot in the morning for all the watermen before they go out? Or is that more for the tourists?
More tourists.
In narrow roads here. Mostly all
Narrow
side by
roads and
sides.
fences.
Yeah, no doubt.
A lot of people's fences get broke. This is Chesapeake House. This might open up again next year, but my grandmother used to cook there. It was all you could eat. Crab cakes, fried clams, ham, basically like a traditional dinner.
Right.
During COVID, they shut down, but hopefully under new ownership, maybe it'll open up this next year.
What do most of the people do for work?
Most people are watermen.
Really?
Most people are in the downtime right now because it's tourist season's over.
Right.
So like me, in the summer, I'm a charter boat captain.
Right.
I've got a gallery up on the dock and rent kayaks and everything. So that's all pretty much I'm not doing right now.
Right.
But now I'm getting into guiding duck hunting.
Right.
So I'll be pretty busy with that the next 2 months.
What's your duck hunting business?
Tangier Island Outfitters.
Okay.
So it's fishing charters, hunting, go out crabbing. It's pretty much everything that I could offer around here.
Right.
We do. We go look for sea glass, different artifacts.
Yeah.
All these little islands used to have, people living on them back in the early, 1800s, early 1900s. But now you just find out, or you basically stumble across what they've left behind, bottles, foundations. But the Indians, were here years and years ago, so you will find arrowheads, and hopefully we'll get to find some.
Man, that'd be really cool. I'm noticing in the graveyards, it's a lot of Parks, Crockett's.
Yep.
I guess some like Yules and some. Is that more of a Smith Island name?
Smith Island, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like
A
I
couple
said,
mixed in there.
Yep, my dad's from Smith Island, and my last name's Evans. That's one of the most predominant names up there.
Oh yeah, there was
But-
Evans everywhere on Smith
Yep.
Island when we went.
But Crockett, is my mom's maiden name, and that's one of the most predominant names here.
Yeah.
So I need to do the Ancestry.com thing and see how far my lineage goes back.
Right. What is the deal with the Old English accent? Tangier is like known for you guys having this very specific accent that they say is the closest to what the original like English settlers. Elizabethan. Okay.
I never knew I had an accent until I went to college. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you don't have that much of an accent." I'm like, "You go to college, everybody keeps saying what? What'd you say?
Right.
What'd you say?" So after about 3 or 4 times saying again what I was trying to get out, I took time more in the way I pronounce different words.
Right.
My accent might not be much, to you right now, but if I talk to somebody from here, my accent's gonna come out.
Right.
Every time thicker.
How you doing? That's right. How are you? Good, good. What's your name? Roger, I'm Luke. It's nice to meet you. It's a Tangier traffic jam.
Say, thanks. Here's one of the watermen. I know you.
How you doing?
All right. You want to join us? What we're about to go do? Why? Kayak? No. No, I'll let you all have that.
What's your name?
Weldon Pruitt.
Weldon, I'm Luke. It's
Yeah,
nice to meet
yeah.
you.
I ain't got my rig. I'm still crabbing. I'm taking them out. I'm taking them out to water now.
There's no liquor stores or anything
it's
on
a
the...
dry island.
Oh, really?
Yep, you can't buy it. Can't sell it.
Really?
But you can bring it.
It's dry
A lot
island.
of the tourists, that's the biggest question. Where can we buy beer around here? I'm like,
Yeah.
nowhere.
Yeah, you got to bring it with you, I guess.
Here's our fire department.
Cool. Some shiny new crab pots in the yard there.
This is called Heiston Road. We got two bridges.
Uh-huh.
I think the island's got eight or 9 bridges. There's the beach out that way.
Like a
Public beach. Yep.
Oh, really?
This is the highest point of elevation on the island.
Really?
That's what the tour cart ladies say.
What's it, like 10 feet? Not even.
Yeah,
Probably 8.
Elevation around here is 4 to 5 feet. And when they say, we're being affected by sea level rise, or it kind of looks that way, but what it is, we've lost so much land on the outer rim that our land is becoming more permeable and it's kind of settling.
Right.
So
I know that's a big debate around here with the islands, with Smith and Tangier. It's like, what's causing the islands to disappear? Because, I mean, you guys are losing real estate at a rapid pace, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to the point where we really can't give up much more.
Right.
That's why I'm trying to do a lot of work with, applying for grants.
You're not just another guy that lives here. You're like seriously invested in this place.
Yeah, well, that's why, when I went to college, got a business degree, and thinking about what I could do for the island in the future, I ended up minoring in political science and did all of my classes based on like environmental policies, did most of my research pertaining to the island. I got more out of those classes than a normal person taking those classes.
Well, you can really apply that in real life.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
you have real circumstance here.
Yep, I've been dealing with a lot of public officials and trying to get us protection with jetty systems, but also I'd like to see more land restoration. Basically taking dredge sediment, almost like Poplar Island, taking dredge sediment out of our channels, channels from Virginia Beach, all the channels, and bringing sediment out here, rebuild back the wildlife habitats, plant native trees and grasses, basically
to help retain it.
Yep, hold the root systems to the sediment they pump in. Through the process, we get our protection, but also you get a lot more grant money by.
Yeah, well, you know how it works now. You gotta, you involve that environmental aspect and whatever, and they're a lot more. Unfortunately, they tend to be a lot more apt to give money for things like that than they are for people that are living on this island.
Yeah, Poplar Island's like basically what I would like to see this island as. Right. Not necessarily as large of a project as that. The state of Maryland's throwing so much money into that island.
Yeah, well, and, I mean, nothing lives there except for like
wildlife.
But
what gets me is a lot of our, which we'll see tomorrow, a lot of the islands surrounding, Tangier, north of here, it's all really shallow water.
Right.
So it's the perfect place to build from.
Right.
I mean, it used to be land. It can once again be land as well.
So what does it look like to be able to move forward with something like that? Like, what do you need?
I've been on the town council the last 2 years. I'm the vice mayor of the island. But for years, we really didn't go after many grants.
Right.
And since I've been in there, we got almost $3 million.
Really?
And we're applying for more grants. We're starting to receive more grants. By getting all that money, it's showing other organizations, hey, if you invested in us, we're already being invested in, so it wouldn't be a lost cause.
Yeah, it's not like they're just. I mean, $3 million sounds like a lot of money, but it doesn't go quite as far as you'd think.
No. So like that grant that we got the other week, I applied back in this summer, basically to get a consultant company to come out here and do a complete study of the island, where we could get protection, where we can, elevation-wise, like a feasibility study.
Right.
So then we can give all that information to other organizations we apply applications for. Instead of saying, here's our wants and needs, here is a documented study of what we can accomplish in the future for the island.
You're smart, because it's like, most people just want to yell and scream or raise some kind of hell, and actually make real change, to actually get what you need, the grant money to make the difference. You got to go about it in the way of the system.
Well, I mean, for years it's been the relying of the media, get our approach across to everybody, what we need. But the thing is, you're never going to get anything unless you go after it.
Right.
And you apply for the things, you go to the meetings, you go off the island.
Talk is cheap.
Yeah.
You're running out of time.
Yeah. I spend more time, around all these small islands, out on the water close to the islands, walking them, looking for arrowheads, hunting. That it's kind of like I'm losing
habitat. You're losing your
habitat. Yeah, I'm losing my habitat. But no, it's almost like I'm watching like family members like slowly disappear or fade. Yesterday, some of my hunters pointed out, we came last year and there was land out to here, and it's gone now. It's just, in my small lifetime of 24 years, I've been able to see a lot of land wash away. But this is our airport.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
You do got an airport with one airplane. Yeah.
That's just the day. We have more sometimes, but nobody on the island actually owns a plane.
Really?
Yep.
Who owns that plane?
I have no idea. But we got a jetty system along the whole western side of the island. And that was put in here in 1990. And since then, we haven't lost a foot of land on this side. So it definitely works. It's just we need to get more projects started like that.
Stump rigs,
Some oyster rigs.
Yeah, those are stump rigs, right?
They'll probably get put on within the next couple of weeks. Yeah, this is our boat yard. Some of them have, most of the old boats come up here to die.
Man, some good looking stuff here.
Next project.
That's right, we'll drag one home.
Project.
That's right. I feel like I've seen that boat before.
Yep, this one's for sale.
Oh, yeah?
Crab stand 2.0.
That's right. This is the next crab stand right there.
It's too nice for your crab stand.
It is too nice. That's too nice for me to even work out of. Betty Jane, that's great. Dude, I've been looking for that boat.
So Leon, he passed away. He was our first person to pass away of COVID.
Really?
He was 89 years old, but he was working
Really?
up until, he passed away. But he was one of the last great crab scrapers.
And that was his boat?
Yep.
The Betty Jane?
Yep. So
wow, I can't believe that's actually here. I always wondered if I'd ever find that boat.
one day, I said, hey, can I go oystering with you? Take some pictures. It was him and another guy, and they were both in their 80s. He said, no, I'd rather you not. I said, well, why not? Well, she leaks a lot. I don't know if we'll come back or not.
Oh, no.
And his mate said, well, I'm glad you think so much of me.
right.
I think this one might be for sale too.
Oh, that's a cool little boat. How much does a boat like that go for on the island?
8,000 or so.
All the dredges and rigs and everything in the weed.
Crab dredges.
Yeah. Oh, really? Wow, that's from a different era there.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see them putting work again.
So how big is Tangier? How
It's
many
about a mile and a half long by a mile wide. We've got about 320, 330 people. I remember when
full-time residents?
Yep, I remember when he was over 500.
How long ago was that there was over 500?
When I was a kid.
Well, that wasn't that long ago.
This is our tightest bridge.
Oh yeah, old creosote board ridge there. That is a tight fit.
You gotta be a good driver.
Yeah.
If not, you're gonna be paying for a lot of fences.
Yeah, no doubt. That's tight. A lot of little skiffs. Get it? That takes away from the erosion or whatever, It's a
Plane
habitat.
crashed in this house.
A plane crashed into that house?
Yeah. So if you go to the museum, you'll be able to see a picture.
When was that?
Like way back in the day.
Wow, that's crazy. So how many people are there on the island during tourist season? Like, I'm sure there's people that own houses here that only come here probably for the summer.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say an extra 50,
Okay.
60 people.
And when's the last time they built a new house?
I guess one was built about 6 years ago.
Oh, really?
6 years ago.
Okay.
After I'm doing all the work to my house, I'd be able to probably say that's a new house.
Yeah. So we just did the whole island, huh?
Just did a whole
That's
island.
it. So it's not like Smith where it's split up and, you gotta take a boat to...
Yeah, basically, Smith Islands, 3 islands, Rhodes Point, Yule, and Tylerton. Ours is 3 ridges. West Ridge, Main Ridge, and Kenton. This is just my gallery.
Oh, okay.
I rent kayaks, sell prints out of here in the summer.
Here's all of Cameron's stuff here. Information. He does a similar thing to Jay. Jay's helped him out a lot getting started. Give him a call. He does everything. Oh, cool. Cool little spot. There's hawks. Wow, very cool. That's cool. We need one that says Pasadena. Are we shoving off?
Yep.
All right. Hop on. This is where we're staying. Cameron's Crab Shanty. I'm Luke. Nice to meet you. We thought there was no heat, so we were prepared to sleep in the no heat. If you have hunters come, is this where they stay?
No, usually Airbnb.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
No, we bring them here Yeah, we hang out here and all.
Gotcha.
For the hunt.
So see that big that little crab shanty over there on the stilts? You'll never guess who owns that. Actually, Mr. Beast. Tangier is where Mr. Beast came to film the like $1 island versus $1 million island or whatever it was. And he apparently didn't actually buy an island, but he did, however, buy the crab shanty. So Mr. Beast actually owns that crab shanty. I know you guys won't believe me, but that is pretty wild. And Cameron, the guy that we're with, is actually the guy that picked Mr. Beast up and took him around, and they stayed in this crab shanty, Mr. Beast and his crew. He said that they were feeding the crabs and everything, like beef jerky and all. You know, when Cameron has hunters, he said they stay in an Airbnb on the island, but then they'll come here to the shanty to kind of hang out, and I'm sure this is where they clean their ducks and do all that kind of stuff. But he's got all the decoy, oh yeah, see, feathers. He's got all his decoys here and everything. Ooh, that's an old classic. That's a rubber herders, that's an old one. Got everything, there's redheads. That's one I'd love to shoot. I've never actually got a redhead, but that's a surf scoter. We call that a skunk head because they got the white on them. We hunt these a lot, sea ducks. And we have the sponsor of today's video, which is Factor. And big thanks to Factor for sponsoring today's video. Factor makes awesome, fresh, never frozen meals that get shipped anywhere. You can even get them here on Tangier or Smith Island if you want. Basically, you just go on the website. They have a bunch of different chef prepared options. You can choose what you want, and then when you want to get it, and then it gets shipped right to your house. You just choose which one you want, take the meal, pop some holes in the top, throw it in the microwave for 2 minutes, throw it on the engine of your crab boat, throw it under the cowling of your outboard, and then you can enjoy an awesome chef prepared healthy meal anywhere, whether you be at home, at work, on a crab shanty in Tangier Sound. Factor has tons of different options, whether it be vegetarian, meatitarian, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, drinks, you name it. Factor's got it for you, and they can get it to your house. I really love them because there's not a lot of great food to have on the road, especially stuff that's good for you. Try to eat a little bit better now that my life is so fast-paced and we do a lot of traveling. Having food that is not fast food, I love. So head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code 50LUKE to get 50% off and free shipping on your first Factor box and 20% off your next month of orders. That's code 50LUKE at factor75.com to get 50% off and free shipping on your first box plus 20% off your next month of orders. Big shout out to Factor. By having sponsors on these videos, it really has been able to help us do a lot more with what we have. You know, we're building a boat that ended up needing a lot more work than we thought. We're building all these other projects you guys have seen. We're traveling all over the place, meeting people, doing things. So by companies like Factor sponsoring these videos, it's been a huge help for us. So that's Alan's, that's the boat Alan's building to do the ferrying back and forth.
There's some of my crab pots in the dock. I painted my buoys black, black and blue the other year, the white stick, and I couldn't ever find them. It looked like a white capped wave.
Yeah, I knew some guys that painted them flat black, and they said they were easier to find because they were
Silhouettes.
Yeah, but I don't know. Honestly, it's amazing. You can hide pretty much any color float in a glare or a chop. I don't care what color they are. I've tried every fluorescent, you name it. They still get run over.
This is the new jetty that was built in 2020. This is like a 600-foot long jetty that's protecting this western entrance to the island.
And so did the state come in and build that?
The state of Virginia, the Army Corps of Engineers.
Uh-huh.
On the left side, there's a jetty seawall that runs, I can't remember how long is the seawall?
I don't know how long that one is, but it was put here in 1990. You know, we haven't lost any land on the western side since.
Yeah, the western side of the island is getting a ton of erosion because, you know, prevailing winds like in the winter, it's all out of the west, all the wave action
Right.
from the bay was eroding the shoreline. So when they put that in, they completely stop the erosion. What the island really needs is they need a seawall that wraps around the entire perimeter of the island to protect it from erosion.
Yeah.
All the unprotected land where these birds are nesting, like pelicans, cormorants, oyster catchers, black ducks, herons, egrets, once this land washes away, those birds have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And that's why I want to do land restoration, rebuild back the elevations to where we can plant trees and everything. Then you can form more rookeries and everything.
Right.
Because that's one of the things I'm most envious of Smith Island. They've got so much more trees.
Yeah.
And it's just...
The trees hold the island in place.
They hold the island together. It stabilizes the shorelines. And
Right. Smith Island over there.
That's some of the... Smith Island's the furthest bit of trees you can see off the tip.
Okay.
But we've got 4 or 5 islands in between.
Gotcha. So that power line goes under the water all the way to Smith Island from here?
Yep.
Really?
All the way to Rhodes Point, Smith Island.
Well, and where do they get power here?
The power on Tangier Island originates in Hancock, Virginia. Then there's a cable under Pocomoke Sound that supplies Tangier with power. Then there's like a transfer station. And also Tangier has a power plant where they can produce their own power.
Gotcha.
With 2 diesel engines, like in times of excess energy. So Cameron's dad, who you met, Norwood, he runs the power plant.
Gotcha.
Another guy, Denny Crockett.
Huh. Don't want to piss them off.
No. Important people.
So you said there used to be houses and all that kind of stuff right through here? And way out beyond here. I mean, I guess this used to go for a long time, huh?
Houses all were out there. So actually 6 or 7 houses, you know, that were here are actually on Tangier now. They moved them by barge.
They picked them up? Yeah.
But early 1900s.
Okay.
Now, as a kid, used to be old hunting lodges up here. And I remember when the cemetery was intact, I've watched it all wash away.
Really?
Yeah, it's been sad watching it, but...
So there's headstones and all that kind of stuff that are like way out there now, but there's some that you will find on the beach.
So this here is old Indian pottery. Shards of oyster shell ground up in it. It's about all I've ever found is just pieces. I've never found anything.
So what they make like almost like a concrete or something out of that?
Yeah, basically. And
use like clay and mud.
Oh, that's wild. That is a human bone, actually. There's not a lot, you know, they don't see them every day, but they do find them because the graves are washed into the beach now. A pretty good haul. Lots of old bottles. This one's cool. It says McCormick, Baltimore. Still got the cork in it. That's got to be an old one. Whole bunch of them. And this one's really cool. It says Baltimore Coca-Cola. Drop a comment if you have any idea what year a brown Coca-Cola bottle.
Or if you want to buy it.
Or you want to buy it from Jay
amber.
And what year this might be from. Here she is. We've got oysters inside. I like it. Always use your propane burner inside. What are you working on over here, Jay?
Some elk steaks. We're seasoning them up with your crab seasoning.
Oh, yeah?
Shameless plug for Luke's Crab Seasoning.
It is, no doubt.
It works on red meat too, not just seafood.
Yeah, I actually think we messed up by calling it seafood seasoning because it's really good on pretty much everything we've tried it. Got some scallops, corn. We got Luke's seasoning versus Old Bay. We'll see what the people want.
Can you see them?
Yeah, they look
Stick
good.
your head in there a little further.
They look open.
Those look pretty good. Chef Jay, once again. Jay's a good chef, man.
They look steaming hot though.
They're not that hot.
Are they not?
No, they're real. I swear they're really not that hot. You just throw it in your mouth.
Yeah, pretty good. Tastes like a scallop with your seasoning on it.
That's what it is.
You think it will get hotter, but it don't.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I didn't pay them to say that either. For real. That's good.
That beer feels full.
Good
to me.
scallop.
Hey, if you have anything in the boat that don't want to get wet, it's raining.
Is it raining?
Yeah.
Just pea crab.
Here, look.
Your camera's in the back of the truck.
Oh,
Yeah.
you gonna eat them?
Yeah, look at this.
All right, Riley. Riley's got to try an oyster. He's never had one.
I don't know how to eat an oyster. What do you do?
Just pull it off. It's a little booger. Just pull it off the shell and eat it.
Legal, I swear.
That's a big one.
I should call her.
Don't sniff it. Just eat it.
It tastes like bay water.
Well, yeah, it's delicious.
Here's a bucket.
That's not bay water. That is bay water is what that tastes like. What do you think? That's a Virginia oyster there.
I'm still chewing it. I feel to swallow it. It just tastes like a mouthful of bay water.
This is a Tangier oyster.
That's Kent Island.
There it is.
Kent Island.
Which we threw some on top.
There weren't many.
Oh.
The Virginia seasides are better.
Scallops, elk, corn, fudge, and oysters, and pea crabs.
Cedar Island's awesome.
It's just so crazy. It's not attached to anything. It's just like a little island, a little man-made island. There's a bunch of shedding tanks back there. I like this one. Maybe I'll Maybe I'll get that one. Look, we're in the only crab shanty with a friggin' TV in it with Wi-Fi. This is great. The crab shanties are awesome.
We've established something real quick. Are you guys sleepers with TV on or TV off?
TV off.
For sure.
I don't even have a TV in my upstairs.
I am full blast TV on.
What?
Oh,
You're a
yeah.
psycho. That's why I get so many views. I fall asleep with my stuff playing. Who knew Dark Seas made a bed? Pretty nice, honestly. Jay's got 3 sleeping bags and a half-pop mattress because he got it too close to the heater. Riley, I guess, is going to crash on the couch. And look at this swan. This morning, we're getting ready to go out. We're going to go oystering. These guys do it a little different here than I do at home. The oystering I did was called patent tong with big hydraulic steel tongs. Here, they dredge, but they even use a little different rig generally. To dredge, they use something called a stump rig, which I'll explain as we get there. But it's blowing, it's cold, the tide is way out. We're getting loaded up, we're headed out to the rock. Go check them out oystering. Look at Riley, he ain't no crabber. First time he's ever been in slickers in his life.
No, I did one time. I hopped on the boat, that sucked. Do it again.
Look, we ain't even gotta leave. The oysters are right here. Don't have to go anywhere. It's cold, we're layered up, we're going oystering. Riley looks like the Michelin Man. Well, it turns out oystermen are a little harder to find than we thought. We're not sure where they went yet, but some guys crabbing out here. Good on them, they're real crabbers. I ain't no crabber. It's December and they're out here crabbing. That is a cool boat too. That's a pretty boat there. Drop a comment, let us know what color you think we should paint the Desperado. They do it a little different. They're fishing single floats. So each pot has an individual cork or a buoy. What I do is I fish underwater line, so I have 25 pots connected to a main line with a hook with a flag on either end. They're not allowed to do that in Virginia. Also, I think they have smaller crab pot licenses here in Virginia. They just do it different. They don't have a roof on their boat. A lot of guys don't down here. It's kind of funny how we're all doing the same thing. Every area you go to, everybody crabs a little different style. Their pots are a little different. They use a lot more vinyl coated traps, thick dip traps, more steel painted traps. With their salty water down here, they need a vinyl coated trap. And if you notice, their winder runs all the time. They don't have a pedal. I have a pedal for mine. And they have a valve and they just run their winder the whole time. It's real safe. Safety third here on Tangier. That is a beautiful boat though. That's gorgeous. It just cuts through the water. It's designed for this. The boats are all a little different style too, no matter where you go in the bay. Warm you up.
About 400 pounds on these waders, maybe.
Don't want to beat the guys' traps up on them. They're right, we're doing it A-team, sliding them right on the irons. Sounds like the shutter speed's slow. Alright, Virginia sucker right there. It's cold. Pocket crab, dude. It's a skillet fish. And they got a little suction cup. And they'll stick to stuff.
Keep it there all day.
Right? Cool little fish. Jimmy crab there. Rusty belly. Oh yeah, he's cold. He's about cold as we are. He ain't moving much. He's a little sluggish. Hey, look at that. It's a good lawnmower right there. They're using it as real estate. A couple nice outboards too. I like all the decorations in here. It's just like different relics from all over the place.
Cameras, random stuff.
Yeah, I find a lot of random stuff.
I like it. Look at the size of that lobster claw. That's a monster. In my hand. It's a big one. So these are 2 giant Detroit generators on the island here that they use to create more power when they need it. But they also supply power to Smith Island, which is about 7 miles away. And this can also supply power back to the eastern shore if they need it. You know, it'll automatically kick on and send power all the way back to the eastern shore, like Crisfield. Pretty wild. That's a big motor. Apparently they didn't have power until 1940 here on either island. In the early days, they used to run generators. They had a generator here on Tangier and a generator on Smith Island, and they would hop back and forth. So they'd run power all day, and they would, I guess, run part-time here and send power to Smith Island, and then they would run their generator and send power here. That's how the island runs. And they said they've gone through about 16,000 gallons of fuel so far this year on Tangier. But considering they're running 2 giant generators that burn 75 gallons an hour each, plus all the cars and heat and oil and everything, it's not so bad. You finally found hot coffee.
At the electric plant.
Yep, at Norwood's electric plant.
And there was a bathroom in here all along.
Norwood seat really on me.
Well, hey, we got it good though. We got a crab house with television and heat, man. That's freaking, can't beat that, and internet. The picture Jay took of them climbing a pole, but the pole's in the middle of the water. And that's the pole that supplies power to Smith Island from here?
Yep.
Wow. Stuff you don't think about.
Wait, so Tangier was settled in 1686? Been around a lot longer than I thought.
Yeah, no, we've been around a long time.
Quite a while.
Now the fort, that's long gone. You know, when they left, the British, they burned it all down too. So.
Huh.
So they've tried to find the location. They've got an idea.
Where the fort was?
Yeah, like the vicinity of it.
Really? I'm surprised they don't know like exactly where it was at. I had no idea there was a fort on Tangier.
Yeah, right before they, you know, it was
Before they went to Baltimore.
War of 1812.
Wow, it's crazy.
Yeah, there was over like 7,000 British soldiers here on the beach.
Wow.
So you picture Tangier is 1/3 the size.
Uh-huh.
You know, now that it was in 1850.
Yeah.
So you picture during the War of 1812, you know, we're probably 1/4 the
Right.
size. And if you think back when the Indians was here, we're probably 1/7 or 1/8 the size.
Mhm.
It's just not only Tangier, it's Watts Island, Smith Island.
Were they
Crisfield.
connected, do you think? All them islands?
Back in the day, the strip of land from Smith Island to here, I believe that was, you know,
If you look from like Kent Island down, it almost looks like
it was all
maybe
like a big
ago,
peninsula.
Yeah.
From-
It was
Right.
like the eastern shore. This was almost like a middle
Yeah.
Chesapeake Bay peninsula.
From Bishop's Head in Dorchester County all the way down here, it was all a big ridge. And
Huh.
then to the east of it was the Nanticoke River Valley.
Now you got
And then
3
to the
ridges left.
West was the Susquehanna River Valley.
Yeah.
So back in the day.
You think of all them little islands, there used to be just a lot more land. It wasn't that far-fetched to have Indians paddle out here or walk on the ice out here. That's why we still find arrowheads.
Right.
And we had a
I mean,
lot-
they were probably out here too. I mean, sure,
Oh,
they came
they
out
were-
here
they
to
were
hunt and
definitely
do
out here to
whatever.
hunt. Because, I mean, if you were to picture this, just land and marginal,
That's a lot of
This would
acreage.
be enough land.
Oh yeah, you could
You know,
live.
for sure,
You
yeah.
Could, yeah.
You know?
I mean, and especially if it was all the islands were connected, there's probably fauna. You know,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
probably. I'm sure at some point
Yeah.
there was deer, probably I mean,
Okay.
loads of waterfowl and oysters, crabs, all that kind of stuff
Yeah,
they
and
could
if we
get.
Got, if like Watts Island, southeast of here, that's actually still pretty high land in the middle of it.
Uh huh.
And it's sad.
So,
that's
can you go to
washing
them islands and stuff?
Yeah, yeah, you
Really?
can go.
They're like public.
Well, that one's owned by the
It's refuge.
refuge. You know, like up to Smith Island, it's a different set of last names.
Right.
But here, the most prominent names is Pruitt, Parks, Crockett, and this is one of the most names you'll see in these cemeteries here.
Yeah, they're like a lot of the same. A lot of the
Yep.
same names. There's Pruitt, Estridge, Crockett.
Yep.
And
so
just
my
all-
mom's maiden name is Crockett.
Uh huh.
And it goes back, you know, plenty of generations.
So it was founded by a Crockett.
I believe so. One of the founders.
Well, a lot of them didn't go far.
No, no.
And these are just the cemeteries that are not washed into the.
No, I mean, none
Bay.
of our, as far as I know of, none of our cemeteries have washed away. We've got
Yeah, there's like 5
an
different
older
last
one.
names here.
So
That's.
if you look back in that corner over there, you can see there are more 1800s.
Uh huh.
And then I'll show you another one when we walk around the other side. On the narrow road we went yesterday,
Yeah.
it's got some older, you know, cemeteries there too.
And this is the hospital too, right?
Yeah, our medical center. But our medical center, this was actually built, you know, quite recently. But we used to have a travel doctor, Dr. Nichols, that he would fly in here. That was named after David B. Nichols.
Uh huh.
So he would fly in here to our old medical center and treat patients, and he did it for years. and he passed away, and he's actually buried here now. He
Really?
wasn't from here or anything. He just loved the island.
I'm jealous of the Kawasaki mules, man.
Yeah,
That's
no,
freaking nice.
that was-
They must got a package deal. There's a load of them around here.
Yeah, that was the
There's
funniest
two
thing
more.
at college. Everybody thought I was talking about like donkeys.
Donkeys.
Mules on us.
They're like, wow, it really is old-fashioned over there. Look, they got rentals. You could come to Tangier on a family vacation and rent a quad.
This is one of the Airbnbs, and then this is 2 apartment Airbnbs here. And there's an Airbnb down there. There's more Airbnbs starting
Yeah.
up. Which
And I guess that's good. People probably like that because
Yeah, I mean, I
keeps
like
the
se-
houses
I
full,
like
keep them
seeing them-
maintained, flows
I like
some money
seeing them
around.
come in because they
Yeah.
give me business too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good for the ferry. It's good for the store.
It's really what kind
good for
of
everybody.
holds it together.
Yeah.
Garrett,
Nice to meet you.
I did some work. You bought Harvey Corbin's boat. I did some work for him. I made a mini trip aboard of that boat.
Really? On the Dora Lynn, huh?
Lynn, yep. I'm Brian, his oldest son's age. We grew up together.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, she's probably in her final resting place
Yeah,
now. But
yeah.
it's better there than the bottom of the bay, I
I'd
guess,
say
you know?
She's
She-
not very seaworthy anymore.
She's enjoying retirement.
That's good.
That-
That was a good idea.
The boat was in hard shape. It would have
Yeah.
been hard to get her back and going. You
Yeah.
know, every bottom plank was rotted out on the
Yeah.
end and whatever else.
I
So
saw her sunk into slip. That was an ugly sight.
I bet. Oh, over on Smith
Smith
Island. Yeah, they were
Island,
telling us about that.
Yeah.
The guy from the boatyard. Yeah, Chris Marshall. Yeah, he was saying that it sunk. I guess it got real cold, it froze and spread the boards apart or something,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it sunk. Everybody's got a story about that boat. Everybody knew it.
Yeah,
It had a lot of
yeah,
history, a lot
yeah.
more than I knew when I was getting a hold of
I
it.
did. These both are my sons. I don't think either one of them was born when I did work for them up there. So that's been 20. Well, Sam will be 21. So
Yeah.
it's been that long. Right
Who
down there.
built the Dora Lynn?
Probably had her built on the western shore, I would think.
I think it was. He said it was, or they said it was built in Deltaville.
Deltaville, probably.
Something like that.
Yeah. My father-in-law is Jerry Pruitt. the
Oh,
one who
okay.
Builds all the
On the
boats
boat
around
yesterday.
here. Yep. He runs the Bow boat, and yeah, he built a ton of boats
Yeah.
back in the day.
It's nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, you too.
Good luck.
Get back to work.
It's like 93 grand for a house on Tangier. So you couldn't buy a freaking row home where I live.
You could buy a shed in Annapolis.
Gift shop.
Yeah, this is Chesapeake House, so this is kind of a famous bed and breakfast.
Is this the one that had like the all you can eat
Buffet. Yeah,
crab
we were talking
cakes
about
and
yesterday,
whatever
buffet.
whatever else?
My grandmother used to work here. After school,
Uh-huh.
I'd come here and eat all the leftovers.
Uh-huh.
Leftover crab cakes, biscuits. And what they'd do, they'd have their nice biscuits, and then the next morning, whatever leftover biscuits they would have, they'd make fried bread.
Oh.
All you could eat breakfast and all too.
Huh.
They'd bring out plates of ham and
I bet that was awesome.
fried potatoes. It was good.
Was it like $10 for breakfast per person?
Yep. And then it was like 25 or 30 for all you could eat dinner, which was
Crab
Good.
cakes.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
really
pudding.
good.
I
You
think
can't get
mac
one
and
crab
cheese.
cake.
No,
One crab cake
no.
for that much now. Has there always been tourists
Yeah,
here?
I mean, it's been a tourism.
Since like the 70s, probably.
It's definitely water business tourism. You
Yeah.
know, it goes hand in hand together. And
you kind of need one kind of fuels the other in a way.
yeah, Hilda Crockett's, you know, that's Hilda Crockett's Chesapeake House. Back in the day, they had all the governor's wives that come here.
Huh?
They all were eating dinner here,
Really?
and she pulls out a bottle of wine, Nancy Reagan,
Uh-huh.
and pours herself a glass. And the lady who ran it came in there, and she was like, "I don't care whose wife you are, you're not drinking in my establishment."
Really?
Yeah, and she wouldn't let her drink.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
How often do people like bring cars, like new cars and stuff like that onto the island?
Basically, we have to get a barge over.
Right.
All the vehicles, usually we wait till it's about 4 or 5 vehicles that needs to come off. You know, it'd be cheaper on us all.
Yeah.
That little metal building back there, that used to be the old police station back in the day.
Really?
And what they do is almost like a Andy Griffith, Barney Fife kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
When somebody would be in the jail cell, somebody would come and did open that door or the window from the outside and did go home for a night and then come back early in the morning and get back in the cell.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny. I guess they didn't stay there. The police didn't stay there
No.
overnight.
The police officer here passed away in 2020, and they haven't replaced him.
There's no cops currently on the
No,
island.
No, not much crime. We had one.
It's hard to
one-
commit crime when, you know, it's like everybody's knows each other or
Yeah.
related or whatever.
We've had one murder,
Really?
and that was the cop who got killed back in the early, like 1940s or so.
Really? So the whole time you've had one murder on the island?
As documented, I'm quite sure maybe back in the early days maybe.
Wow.
You know, there wasn't much law back then.
Yeah, well, there ain't much law now. There's no police.
Back in the day, it was really strict times, and wasn't supposed to be anybody out in, you know, public buildings like storefronts and all. So this young kid was sitting on one of the storefronts right up here. The cop told him, you know, no sitting on storefronts on a Sunday, and he didn't listen and came back around the island and was there again. Came back one more time and told him, and ended up shooting him.
Shooting the kid?
Yeah, and he lived. And,
Jeez.
the guy went to jail for 2 or 3 years, came back, the town hired him again, and some man took it upon themselves to shoot him one night.
Really?
Never found out who did it.
Wow.
You know, a lot
So
of people,
one unsolved
a lot
murder
of people,
on the island. The
a lot
whole.
of people said they were, you know, older people now that are like 90-some years old said they believed they knew who did it, but
They took it to their
always take it
grave.
to the grave with them.
Wow. That's old school there. Where there's graves everywhere.
Me and him had the same birthday.
I guess sometimes you just die and get buried in your own yard. So why don't they just build the houses on stilts? Like when they, I guess they don't ever build new
There's not
ones.
many houses being built. And
There was a bunch of money after Hurricane Sandy, like funding for people to raise their homes.
Gotcha.
Here's
Yeah.
our fire department.
Has asbestos siding and everything.
Oh yeah.
Well, you can find most of the houses here do have asbestos siding, and they've been covered by, you know, siding, plastic siding.
Flow-toed bungalow.
That's my picture.
Is that really?
Yeah.
It's an Airbnb now.
Can I get a? I gotta get a picture of that. That's my picture.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Look at the tide mark on the trailer wheels. Inside Tangier's fire department. Cameron's also head firefighter here. I mean, how often do you guys
We
like?
don't have many fires at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't think, but
The other year, we were all playing softball, and all of the fire department members were playing softball. And we seen a fire off in the distance, like, oh, somebody's burning a trash pile. It started going off, so we all ran from here playing softball and put a fire out. A trailer had burned down.
huh?
Well, actually, we got a nice rig.
Dang, look at that! I bet this thing has like 1,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a stick shift too. Son of a gun. That's the nicest S10 on the island.
See, our ambulance is a lot more update than
Luke, guess how many miles?
I'm gonna say it has 2,000 miles on it. How many?
3,300.
3,300.
I thought it was three.
trips around the island.
yeah.
But I thought it was
That's about
330.
3,300 trips around the island.
Yeah, it is.
More medical emergencies at the fire
Yeah,
department.
Yeah.
See, we've probably got one of the
The elderly
biggest
population.
areas that has medical emergencies needing a helicopter.
Right.
Because all
Besides-
of our,
Oh yeah, you're right.
All
Because
of our-
everybody needs airlifted off. Who's the Pruitt? Yosemite Pruitt? On the yeah, no
To
doubt.
get this thing around the island with skinny ropes.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
just gotta know.
No way.
You just gotta know.
Yeah.
Right.
The fire department will pay for the fences. Is it like other countries where you have to be in the service for a while? Like you have to be in the
Most
volunteer
people
fire
get in
department
under
for a while?
16, You know, get in under 16.
So these are really cool jackets, aren't they?
We needed that this morning.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So Isaiah, you know, the one we just looked at, he was in my class. Him and his wife were both in my class, Isaiah and Alyssa. And, you know, they moved off, wanted a different start, and they moved to North Carolina.
Uh huh.
But that leaves me, I'm the last person in my class here.
How many people were in your graduating class?
6.
6?
I finished top 10.
Wow,
But no,
that's
it's,
crazy.
It's not many people in classes now. The
And there's, like,
average
not-
size is 4 and 5.
For the whole class.
A couple years ago, we had only one person graduate in his class.
Wow.
So he won all the awards.
Yeah, I bet he did.
Yeah.
He was the prom king and queen.
Yeah. That was when they brought the ambulance to the island.
Look at that. A souvenir. There's a real souvenir there. Yosemite Pruitt. The Tangier firefighter. Who do we give the money to?
You can give it to me, and I can give it to the chief and all.
You just switch hats. Put one on that says chief. You're like, all
not
right,
the chief.
here's change.
Support your local fire department.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's always nice to look around,
Oh, yeah.
see what's going on.
They slapped the crab out last night.
Gee, Lord have mercy.
Had the heat on and everything though.
Ain't warm none.
Huh?
They slapped the crab house last night.
Did they darn?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We survived, though.
Did you?
Oh, his crab house got heat and television and whatever else. It's nice. Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
It's Trump Towers over there. It's nice.
Good to see you.
See you. Nice to meet
I'll
you.
talk to you later.
Yeah.
pretty good guy.
Ah, he's all right. He's all
A
right.
little bit expensive.
We drove up
How
we drove up the island
Glad to see you.
PA and bought this.
Really?
Yeah, I drove.
What's this, a gas truck?
So this is the old delivery truck for the island for heating oil and stuff?
Yep, takes 2 drunk, 2 55-gallon drunk.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
Let me know now when them peelers comes out up there.
I heard there's a good run right now.
Yeah. We just got done scraping.
See you later. Nice meeting you.
His one of the last crab scrapers here.
Oh, there's the sign there. We're going to check out the grocery store. I'm always curious what grocery store looks like on an island, but we're about to find out. Whew. I'm Luke.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
I'm
to meet
Linda,
you.
and I'm Linda. And
Jay.
I'm Riley.
Riley.
Nice to meet you. And I know that one.
That's what everybody says. Everybody says the same thing.
He's memorable.
I want equal billing with Smith Island because that upset me. They're on 60 Minutes and we're sitting here like.
We'll work on getting you some more views in 60 minutes. How's that? Look at that. That's the stuff I like. The jet puff, the marshmallow fluff. All the people from Smith Island, at least, when I talked to them, I said, what do you guys like to eat? What's your favorite food? They said anything but seafood. They love to eat vegetables and stuff like that. Like just anything they can't get on the island, really. Crazy, because like we kind of take for granted, like we take for granted all the stuff that you can get so easily, all the options we got and everything at home. So it's like you get restocked about once a week?
At once a week, yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Is there people in town that like request certain stuff and you'll
Sure,
get it for them and all that?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and we deliver and it takes some doing.
Yeah, oh yeah, I
It
bet.
takes a lot of doing. And when it's cold and when the water was breaking over the bow of the boat, so that's hitting the wheelhouse and she's heavy.
Yeah.
Those wooden boats weigh a lot.
Oh yeah.
And it was full of freight and the bow was going down and I'm thinking, getting my kid home safe, God,
Yeah.
Because you don't put your life on the line for a grocery store.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. But I mean, that's something like
That's what you got to do.
yeah, you
That's
never
what
think
I said,
about.
That's what he does.
People out here have to eat.
No, you don't. No, you don't. There's plenty of crabs and oysters out there.
So Jacksonville, you mean like Jacksonville, Florida?
Yeah. Mhm.
So are you from Tangier?
No, do I sound like I'm from
No, but you
Tangier?
never know. You never know.
No, I read a book by Patricia Cornwell, and it was a satire about this island. We were on our way home, and I was reading the book. I said, "Do you think we could go there?" I wasn't sure there was really a there.
Right.
So I got the charts out, and there it was. And he says, "Darling, we'll go wherever you want to go." So next summer we turned around. We went to Smith Island first, and that was lovely, but it wasn't quite. It wasn't the
Wasn't no
round hole.
Tangier.
Yeah, so we came here next and we thought, oh, yeah, this will do. And we came back, and my husband said, we might as well buy a house because we're not going to be happy if we don't. Mm-hmm. So we bought a house. And
When was that? What year was that?
We bought the house in 2006.
Oh, okay. So you've
Yeah,
lived
we've
here
been
ever
here a while.
since?
Yeah.
You like it?
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm really pissed, but
Really?
most of the time.
Really? What are some of like the challenges for like the biggest lifestyle difference from living on the mainland to moving to the island?
That's hard to say because when you live in Miami and you've got a doctor's appointment,
Oh, yeah.
you hop in your car and you drive 30 miles to the doctor.
Right.
Well, here you hop on the mailboat and you drive 30 miles to the doctor.
Right. You just got to take a boat and then a car and then this and
But when you
that.
grow up on the water, there are things that are just, yeah,
Yeah, different.
yeah.
I get it.
But it's not necessarily bad. It's just,
Yeah.
it's just the way it is.
Right.
But when you see a child and he's got a granddaddy on either hand, that makes up for a lot.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah. You can pick your friends, you can't pick your family.
Right. Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing here.
Yeah.
We pick Tangier.
Yeah.
So,
They got lots of options, man. They got lots of stuff, actually.
Oh, frozen pizza. I'm in paradise.
They found me for getting them, and then he was like, "These are some good stuff."
How you doing there, buddy?
How you doing?
Hey, crab, wasn't you boat you tore up down there to the...
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah, it did. Down Kent Island.
Mighty.
I bought that boat and had it tied up there overnight. And
Well, somebody was mean, weren't they? I mean, somebody.
somebody was
yeah,
upset
they
about
were.
it. Yeah, no doubt. I didn't own it but 6 hours, and they done tore it up in them 6 hours. I said, good Lord.
Yeah, they going.
Somebody knew something.
Yeah, that you did. I
Yeah.
know somebody seen somebody doing something there. They did big brain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we got the whole boat tore apart now. We're going to just try to fix the whole thing. because it needed a lot of work. You know, I knew it needed work, but then after it got tore up, it needed everything. So I was like, well,
You know, guarantee.
yeah. I said I figure
Yeah,
we'll
soldier hydraulic hose and everything.
everything. Yeah, they took a grinder to the hydraulic. Oh
I
yeah.
believe somebody didn't know that they were using a garage or another much noise as they keep turn up.
Yeah, no doubt.
I
They
believe they didn't know that kind of stuff.
funny because it was like, well, obviously it was crabbers because all they tried to steal was all the crab and stuff. And I was like, well, nobody else got any use for all that. What kind of boat is that you got? That green boat, right?
Yeah.
You were on that green boat. Who built that?
Grover Lee.
Oh, really? That's a Grover Lee Owens.
She's been fiberglassed by
Really?
Mickey Parks, the one to Chris Steele. I don't
Yeah.
know if you know him or not.
Uh-huh.
He's got a big shed in the back of his house. He fiberglassed the boat all over in 2011.
Really?
He's been done.
That's a beautiful boat.
Yeah. I try to keep it, that color and all, it's hard to keep,
Oh, yeah.
from down in the bay to know them, and it's just hard to, I do my best. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a word boat.
Yeah, no doubt about it. How you doing?
All right, man. How you?
Pretty good. I'm Luke.
I know you are.
Nice to
I
meet you.
follow you on Facebook.
Oh, cool.
He was the one running the ferry boat over from Hancock this morning.
Oh, okay. I
We
gotcha.
saw him coming in the channel. When
Yeah. What was your name?
Mark.
Mark?
They call me Mooney.
Mooney? Nice to meet you, Mooney.
Started glass. Just need a little more.
Local hardware store. Specializing in marine parts, I guess.
everything you need.
Look at that. Rotel is cheaper here than it is at home. They got everything here to keep a workboat alive. Rule 3700, Marine Techs.
That's probably when they used to have a baseball team.
Oh, wow.
So they're in uniform.
Oh, yeah.
Look what Will
cool
wrote my name
picture.
at.
They got all the oddly specific stuff you would need to hold together an old crab boat. Here's some cool pictures. So this is your studio?
Yeah, I got most of it boxed up for the winter.
Did all these outboards come off the island?
Yep. So this one was from Virginia Beach. Lift that.
Oh my gosh.
They don't make them like that anymore. No, they're all from the 1950s. This one,
Yeah.
picked up in Minnesota
Really?
when I drove to North Dakota last year. This one's from Richmond. These two are Virginia Beach. This one's Easton. And the one under the table is from Ohio.
Huh. I've never seen one of these before. The Bail-O-Matic.
Yeah.
That's what we got to do in some of my boats.
I don't think
That's the move we call it, Bail-O-Matic.
I thought that's what they called you in high school.
Yeah. That was the Fail-O-Matic.
But now I got most of my stuff boxed up now, but
These are all pictures you've taken, Cameron?
yeah, they're all my pictures.
Cool.
This is the best picture in the whole studio.
Oh, because it's
Look
a
at that
picture of
model.
you?
Look at that silhouette.
I knew you either had to have taken the picture yourself or you were the guy in the
You can
picture.
recognize that anywhere.
Yeah. I like that one with the crab. That's a cool picture. If people like the pictures, Cameron, where can they buy them?
I got a website, CameronEvansPhotography.com. Shows, all my prints,
Uh-huh.
my photography workshops, my different excursions that I offer with Tangier Island outfitters. There's the two guys we.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's funny because we've met most of the people on the wall here. We talked to him a bunch. We were just with him about 10 minutes ago.
Weldon soon will get put on sale because he's been on the wall quite a while.
Yeah, well, we just helped him unload pots.
And there's Jerry.
These guys we just met them.
And there's Jerry, the one who owns the.
Oh, yeah.
Jerry.
And
The island. There he is. There's the man.
Stacy. The pirate himself.
All right, so this is where the mail boat comes in. We saw them leave earlier, but all these people here are waiting to get their mail. Cameron's getting some prints off the mail boat. This is kind of like the heartbeat of the island, I guess. People get all their stuff. Anything you want from the mainland, this boat does the trip every day. How you doing?
What's up, man?
Nice to meet you.
Jason's son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I watch his videos all the time.
I appreciate it, man.
Everybody watches Luke's videos out here.
Ain't much to do. Well, we thank you, the island of Tangier, keeping my career alive. It's like we're back in time. It's pretty cool. That's what I really like about Smith Island too.
Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
See your video.
I appreciate it, man. Nice to meet you too. Did you get some glasses?
I left them to my friend's house like last month,
Oh.
and nobody's been by there.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Moo.
Better get worse than this.
Okay, buddy, what are you after?
Oh, nothing. I'm just. Can I give you a hand at all?
Hey, well, man,
He's offered to help you for nothing.
I think he did. Yeah.
If you ain't got a hamburger, you don't want them.
That's right.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Pretty good. You ever think aboard your boat's a hammer in it?
That's right. That's right. You know it. You know it.
Did you find
Where's this go?
Destroyed your boat?
Nah. Well.
It's the shore. Somebody's got it.
Yeah. I mean, it's but can you prove anything? I mean, nothing's been done. You know what I mean? But you know how it goes.
You know what it is? Everybody wants you to be as miserable as they are.
You're right. You ain't
If you're
kidding.
ambitious, look out.
You're right. You're right.
Good luck, bud.
Thank you. I don't know whose this is, but I got handed this. So I'm not trying to steal it or nothing.
Yeah, I just put it right down.
All right.
I appreciate y'all.
No problem.
You want to get a picture with you?
All right, let's do it. How are you?
I'm
Here, turn around the other way.
Good.
There you go. I'll send it to you.
He'll sell it. He'll sell it to you.
Right.
I'll send it to Brody. He ain't gonna hate me.
So I guess if you order an Amazon package on Tangier, this is how you get it. Here's the Tangier toilet. That's what Cameron needs at the crab shanty. There's no toilet there. It's the only thing it's missing.
That was with
Hey, Cameron. I found your toilet for the crab shanty.
I'm the one who found that chair.
I believe it. Why don't you take it to the shanty and you can put it over a hole in the floor?
No, I got better chairs than that one.
That'd be a perfect toilet for you. That's so nobody steals it. That's so Jay doesn't try to walk off with it without paying for it.
Found that one too.
I believe it. I believe you did.
I find them all in the marsh. This one's screwed down though.
Oh no, somebody said ain't gonna be found again, that's for sure.
This is the retirement chair.
I like that
At a
one.
certain age, you can hang out here.
I didn't find that one.
That's old computer chair.
It's gonna be real funny if I find one of my floats in here.
Yeah.
I've gone to restaurants and stuff and seen my floats hanging on the wall. I imagine they just got washed up.
They can wash up their photo.
That's a cool picture frame.
Yeah, I found that too.
That's really cool.
Oysters. Yeah.
Looks good.
Caught this morning.
Fresh off the rock.
Did Weston pick these ones out for Luke?
I ain't too much picking today.
Too cold.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate
We'll
it.
enjoy them.
Yeah, they look good.
Running around town all day, meeting people and seeing Tangier. We're having some warm crab soup
Made by my mom.
by Cameron's mom. We got some Jimmy crabs for the help unloading crab pots. We got some oysters that we're cooking inside. Got some pretty oysters. We're gonna have ourselves a little bit of a seafood Tangier Island caught seafood lunch before we head home. Catch the ferry back at 4. That is good stuff. Warm soup right now. The guys oystering ended up going way far away, like 18 miles away. And then the buy boat didn't buy because they all sold their oysters elsewhere because they were so far away. So we didn't get to see them oystering. That just means we'll have to come back. Pretty crabs, Jay. Pretty crabs. You got a grate or you just raw dogging it? Pretty crabs, pretty oysters.
They're numb. You can handle them any way you want.
Oh yeah.
Put some of this stuff on there. Some of Luke's crab seasoning.
Yeah. We got another shameless plug.
Eat it up.
Doesn't get any fresher than that. From the boat to throat. That's good. Here's the thing, Jay has a couple books actually, and they're my kind of book because they got mostly pictures. You really don't even have to read. I have his other book. I've never read any of it. I've just looked at the pictures, but this one's called Island Life, and it's about Tangier and Smith Island, right?
All about Tangier and Smith Island. And actually, Cameron, our host, is in this book.
And so are probably most of the people that you've seen in this video,
Most of the
honestly.
people we met.
I was a teenager.
The first time I met Cameron was out here in 2017 when he was still in high school and crab potting. This is where we were today. aerial view of the island.
$55 a book. Get them from jflemingphotography.com.
I might sign them for you. Maybe not. I came out here during some hurricanes to photograph tide all over the road. And then here...
Before I had long hair.
There's young Cameron right there.
Cameron cleaned up. But this was on uppers where we were probing for arrowheads and bottles yesterday. And Cameron and I were up there during Hurricane Dorian, I think, in 2019. And we were moving the headstones from the shoreline up to higher ground.
And is that higher ground even around anymore?
No, so it's kind of sad, but yesterday we were walking.
Yeah.
It's way back further than what this is. This has been long gone a couple years ago. You know, when we went, it was right up to that. Basically, it's like a straight shot. This whole layer's gone now. They've had to move this pole back again.
Wow.
You know, it's just, it's sad. This is where the old communities used to be.
Here's actually a picture forward of the book, too, of the schoolhouse on Upwards from 1905.
So that is from the spot that we were looking for arrowheads and treasure and all that.
One of those little kids probably drunk that Coca-Cola bottle.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Y'all found yesterday.
There's another picture. Here, this is actually from that first trip that I made out to the island from Upwards. This was after Hurricane Sandy when the hurricane uncovered the cemetery. And I came up to shoot pictures of the headstones washing into the water, essentially. And some of the graves were right in the water. So you can see here,
wow,
there's a grave that's been exposed. Got the person's feet. You can see the casket. Pretty dramatic stuff.
Wow. So you found skulls and stuff?
Yeah.
Found skulls right in the...
You just leave them be?
I remember as a kid, I was probably 12 or 13 years old and was walking looking for arrowheads. And I seen an outline of like a frame. It was almost like a door frame.
Uh-huh.
And I looked at it good and realized it was a person. You know, you could see the
in a
skull,
casket?
Basically every bone and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, it was eerie.
Yeah, I bet.
That was probably, I think that was the first skeleton I ever seen. See here, you can see the casket handles.
Oh, yeah.
So I used to find a lot of casket handles, you know, when I was younger.
Uh-huh.
They've all washed away now, but I'd always tell my tourists, leave the casket handles. Don't take any bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good
We
chance
saw
it's a
a human bone yesterday on the
Yeah,
beach.
it's
It was very, very old.
A knee bone.
knee bone,
Yeah.
knee joint.
Like you just leave them be. Let them do their thing.
So I'm going to sign this book to Cameron since he hasn't bought one yet. I don't think he will buy one. But
Why would you buy one if you're going to give him one?
I'm going to sign this.
Spoken like Jay Fleming.
And he's going to keep it at the Crab House.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, so come book a tour or whatever with Cameron and come check out Island Life. I'll sign it too, so then it's actually worth something.
I don't think we need that. A true Islander. Since he's half Smith Island, half Tangier.
Half
True
breed.
Islander.
2 for 1 deal.
That's right.
Yeah, Cameron helped me out a lot with this book. So.
And all he got in return was this lousy book.
You can see what you're doing.
The whole Crab House smells like crabs.
That one's holding up to a leg.
Well, they say they ain't purty none.
Ain't party, no, they ain't fat.
They're fat, but I don't think they're too pretty.
Try this oyster.
A little bit on some of them. Try it. See what you think. That is a good tasting crab.
It is. I think steaming it in salt water helps.
I mean, why take something out of salt water if it's lived in salt water? It's all like.
It's always if you don't use if you're not using an oyster shell, the crab hammer, ain't no crabber. That's for sure.
You ain't starving on Tangier.
You ain't starving on Tangier and a crab, Jenny.
It's the first warm thing we've had all day.
We had some crab soup.
Oh yeah.
Crab soup was pretty warm.
I'm just trying to make it dramatic for the video, man.
Thank you, Jenny.
I think sleeping in the crab house is pretty dramatic.
And for the 17th time, my air mattress popped.
Yeah, dude, I know. I was like, holy crap, I didn't realize that was such big news on the island. Good lord.
That's why.
Look, these crabs got pepper inside of them. I haven't seen that
Look, that's why.
in a long time. I see those out of Carolinas. It's a parasite.
Thing.
It's a live parasite, but it's not harmful. You can eat it. I mean, when you steam them, they're totally fine to eat. It's just like eating a crab.
Until I have pepper inside me.
They call it pepper.
Peppery.
but it's
I've seen that more
it's
on
safe to
down the
eat.
bay crabs.
Pepperidge Farm.
I've only ever seen it in Carolinas, early, like when guys at home with crab stores buy Carolinas early in the year.
It's
and
not
just ate it.
Not
Pretty
appetizing.
good. Whatever. It's freaking is what it is.
Extra protein.
Yep.
You got a big clump.
I've been wanting to know what's behind these doors.
You know,
Finally broke the duct tape seal.
definitely no water circulation, but I got a pump, submergible pump out front.
Yeah, these are your shedding tanks.
Yeah.
Yep, these are the same, just like the ones I got. Very similar.
You know what the cool thing about this is? I bought these from one of my cousins, but my grandfather worked out of these like
Oh, really?
20 some years ago.
Huh.
So it's kind of cool that I'm shedding crabs out of the same tanks that he shedded in when I was just a baby.
Just a baby.
Just a baby.
Well, we're gonna miss the old crab shanty. Coolest crab shanty ever to be. But we'll be back.
You're always welcome.
We're not gonna miss it too much because I'm sure we'll be back.
Be back when the crabs are in the tank.
That's right. That would be a cool thing to see.
You got heat? You got AC in here? Nope.
They even got a viewing port, which I didn't even realize they had until today. What a cool spot. It's Cameron's dad's boat. They're gonna get that ready to do tours. Seriously cool. Low back up on the ferry. Well, it's been a good trip. Really like this place. We'll have to come back, Jay. We have a little bit more time.
Maybe when it's a little warmer.
Yeah, that'd be nice. All the people are super nice.
We need to come back and go fishing.
That'd be great.
There's only like 4 or 5 on the island now. He's the only signed one.
Only signed one.
There you go.
Yeah, maybe you should wear that one.
You can sell it on Facebook. Cameron will be trying to peddle it. Don't drop it.
It's really just another, it's like small town America, really. It's just a little town. Here's a really old graveyard. (1922). One of the biggest differences I've noticed about Smith Island versus Tangier is that Smith Island is a lot more like a time capsule. I thought, at least. There's a lot more young people in Tangier, and more people in general, despite being a third of the size. It still is a little bit like a time capsule. Full circle, back where we started. Back on the Elizabeth Joy with Captain Allen.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Skipjack.
It's a Dorchester County boat.
You know, in the day and age of Amazon and instantaneous shipping, I have a lot of appreciation for the old school way of moving things around. I mean, this is the way it's been done.
Being out on the island makes you appreciate the luxuries that we have on the island.
Yeah, no doubt. They don't take anything for granted on the island. Another load. Back to Crisfield. Thanks for watching.